Today, after successfully breaking into Hollywood, we get locked up. Welcome back to Set PA 101, where we talk about everything you need to know as a PA on set. Last video, we talked about a PA's most useful tool, the walkie. This video, we're talking about what is arguably a PA's most important task, lockups. A lockup is a responsibility that you're given to keep the set quiet and closed when we're filming, rehearsing, or sometimes even setting up. For example, your lockup could be keeping a door closed or stopping people from walking down a sidewalk. Your key PA or AD will tell you what your lockup is. Make sure to ask any questions you have to get very clear about what you're expected to do in your lockup. And even if you're not directly given a lockup, you still automatically have a sound lockup. If you're anywhere near or on the set, you echo the rolls and cuts and assume we can hear anything above the quietest whisper. Now keep in mind, people generally don't like being shushed, even when they know they're being too loud. So make sure to ask nicely to please whisper or hold the talk. Now the reason a lockup is a PA's most important task is because you can make or break a shot with a lockup. You don't want a crew member walking in the background or laughing off screen. It's your job to keep the set free of distractions when we lock it up. Now when you're locking it up, you want to face the threat, not the set. If you're watching the set behind you and not your lockup, someone could easily walk by you and ruin the shot. If you have your back to the set, stand up straight and become a wall, you look like a pro. Here's an example timeline of what your lockup might look like after you're assigned one. Inviting first team. When we invite first team, aka bring them to set, start heading to your lockup because soon you'll probably have to clear it out. This means get people who don't need to be in the scene out of the scene. Move them off camera. And if you hear hold the work, call this out and get the crew way quieter. We know people are working, but it's too loud. So please pause on the work. We don't need drilling, pipes cleaning together, or ice being refilled while we rehearse or shoot. At any minute, rehearsal's up. Just like it sounds, we're about to rehearse. So let's get it quiet and locked up. Even though the cameras aren't rolling, keep it quiet and locked up so the director and actors can work together properly. If you hear pictures up, that means we're about to start filming. So make sure people are cleared out and stand by to lock it up again. Lock it up. Nobody gets through your lockup now unless it's absolutely necessary for this exact shot or we release the lockup. So I'm sorry, we're locked up right now. You can't go inside. If they're very insistent and you're not sure if they really need to be on set, call whoever put you in your lockup and ask if this person is allowed in. Hey, Kayla, can Jared VTR come in?
Yeah, let him in.
Okay, thank you, you're good. Rolling. The stakes are real and medium rare. Keep it locked up until we cut. Cut. Unless told otherwise, you can release your lockup now. Let people move freely and continue working. When there's a new deal, aka new setup, that's a great time to walk away from your lockup and go 10-1 or get crafty. Depending on the situation, your lockup may or may not change between setups. But if you really have to leave your lockup before there's a good moment, call whoever put you in that lockup to channel 2 and let them know. Don't leave until you are released, unless it's an emergency. If you have someone cover your lockup, make sure you explain every detail of it. We're seeing all the way up to this pole, or we see reflections in this area. Whatever you needed to know for that lockup, they need to know too. Don't just be like, thanks, and walk away. Explain it and explain it well. And for goodness sake, pay attention in your lockup. Do not be scrolling on your phone or engaged in a conversation. If someone tries to talk to you while you're locking it up, just whisper, I'm sorry, we're rolling right now, or let's talk when we cut. So, biggest takeaways when it comes to lockups. Face the threat, not the set. Assume we can hear all sound above the quietest whisper. Do not leave a lockup unattended. Echo or call out rolls and cuts for the crew to hear. And very importantly, be nice when you ask people to get quiet or wait until we cut. Now remember, the more sets you're on, the more lockups you're in, the more you're going to start dialing in all of this information. There really is no substitute for experience, but just by watching this series, you're gaining a foundational understanding that'll set you far ahead of someone coming into it blind. So don't be too nervous. You got this. Pro tip, if you're locking up an area with pedestrians that aren't part of our crew, ask them nicely to stop and wait for just a minute or two. If someone is hostile or refuses to listen, it is not your job to stop them. Let them go and simply call it out. Bogey coming from the north side, or wherever they are. If they are especially angry or seem dangerous, make sure to call that out as well. Hostile bogey coming from Spring Street. All right, now that you know how to lock it up, next video, we're taking a look at 5 do's and don'ts as a PA. So make sure to check it out, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below.
And cut.
You know, if I ever get locked up, I'm changing my name to Mitochondria. That's big brain moves right there. Yeah, y'all got it.